close out of Magic Online. All right. Hi, guys.
What's up?
It's Modern Magic Mondays, but on a Saturday. Woohoo! So we have 7 rounds of coverage that we're going to be doing for today because there was a free event at Incredible Cards and Games.
Yeah, so the
Front
shop
Royal.
is Incredible Cards and Games in Front Royal, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking to kind of up their stores, like, oh yeah, nice, good job. Up their stores rank, basically with Wizards of the Coast, get more product, be able to do more as a card shop.
Mm-hmm.
And so Brian Nepper, the owner, decided to go ahead and put up a free tournament for anyone that was interested.
Yeah.
And we got 51 people.
Which is awesome.
51 people on a Saturday event. It went 5 rounds and then cut to a top 8. We got 7 out of the 8 rounds total to show you guys.
Which is great.
Yeah. 7 full rounds of Modern action.
Some players coming out playing Modern maybe for the first time.
Yeah.
I would say. Like, when you have 50 people show up, there's a good chance that you have those that live locally and attend a lot of other events that are Modern based. And then there's those that just live locally and play Standard or Limited and be like, you know what? I want to come help support the shop. I'm going to make a deck and just add a few cards that are Modern into my Standard deck or something. So, like, that could be the case. But let's pop around and see. I don't have any names of any people.
Okay.
But I've got deck lists or deck names for the most part. I popped in, just like, all right, pick one point in the video to get an idea what the decks are. There's at least 2 decks that I am making up a name for because I'm not sure. So
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, we've got 7 rounds, guys. So let's just jump into it. Get it going. Enough waiting around. Maybe not enough waiting around.
Exit, please.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, see, that it wasn't actually a bad camera angle.
No, it did. Yeah.
It definitely took some
Finagling.
Yeah. What's Afflect?
It's like Affinity and Infect combined together. Because that's kind of what it looked like.
I got you.
I don't... This was one of the lists that I just didn't know what was happening.
It was definitely interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Sitting next to it, I was like, oh, all right, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so I combined Affinity and Infect. Because I'm not sure... Well, yeah, but we'll talk about it once we start seeing stuff for it. Now, I do know who's on the right.
You do.
Based on his tattoos.
Based on his tattoos.
And that was one of our Season 1
Top 8 players
from Modern Magic Monday. Chris Bauer, back at it. Looks like he's back into the Modern grind, playing his Jeskai control.
And I believe the player on the left who Chris played was actually Brian Nuri.
Okay.
I think he's affiliated with Dragonfire Comics.
Oh, cool. So I always like seeing players brew up different things and try different things out.
Yeah, there were definitely there were a couple people who are, new to Modern Magic Mondays being on camera because they are not a part of our normal Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll see a lot of players, which I think is probably good. We stuck to deck names instead of
player names for this event.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I do want to say that you might see a couple of cards that are banned. If there's Dredge on camera, if there's Infect on camera with Gataxian probes, maybe that Suicide Blue list.
Yeah, don't forget that this was recorded back in
the 7th, I think.
Yeah, back on the 7th of January. So the banned and restricted had not gone into effect yet. Wow, there's a 12. Afflect. we here at Modern Magic Mondays like to come up with our own names.
Yeah, we do. We just like to. Again, this is the whole aspect of Modern Magic Mondays is based around educational and entertaining.
Sure.
So, try to educate newer players into the scene about Modern, about Magic, and make it fun for all you guys sitting at home to watch, because it can get a little bit boring with just the sit there cookie cutter discussion of what they're playing kind of thing. So we try to add a little bit of spice and variety to it. So it turns out I recorded up my box opening, and it was a very long video. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'll probably upload it later today. But it was long.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do another one of those. Alrighty then. Yeah, once we get into it, we start learning this deck, then I could maybe explain a little bit more. But from what I saw, and that was just like hopping through the VOD real quick and just be like, click, okay, that's interesting. Click, okay, that's interesting. I guess it's kind of like both. I don't really know. So, oh, is that the land that enters tapped and you get a life off it? Blue green. They printed a bunch of those from cons, and I think in Shadows, right?
I think they put them in Eternal Masters.
Oh, okay.
To kind of fix the land base.
All right, so here's what I was talking about, because this is where I popped to first. The Ickerclaw Mirror is a 1/1 with Infect. If it becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2. And Memnite, of course, is that 1/1. But yeah, he's just going to be like, we're just going to path that, get that out of here.
Good job. I mean, like, first couple cards played today. Path Exile. Best card in Magic for a reason.
Also, for anybody watching, if we're talking about a card or there's a card that shows up on camera that you're not familiar with, you can simply look that up. Exclamation card, and then whatever the card's name is will let you know. Brett showed you guys right now that Ickerclaw Mirror. So yeah, it is black-green Affinity Infect. Infinity. Oh, yeah, that would have been good. You know what? I like that. I like that. We'll do that. See, that's why I have you guys around to help me out. Alright, playing some Forest.
Sure. It's going to be a cranial plating. Alright.
What is that one?
Kind of looks like a sliver. Just the way it's, shaped.
Yeah.
Flooded Strand. It's going to come down.
I like that aspect of being like, alright, here's my Ickerclaw Mirror, and here's a cranial plating. Like, that's a lot of damage coming across.
Vector Asp.
Vector Asp is what it is. Thanks, using that handy dandy card bot. Artifact creature, Snake 1/1. He gains Infect until the end of the turn. Oh, that's cool. Alright.
I think you should play all these cards. Here's another Path to Exile.
Saying, I'm not going to die to your black-green Infinity over here.
Yeah, you're riding that to victory now, aren't you?
Yeah. Finding another land, though.
I think instead of putting in more protection in your Infect deck, I should put in Ickerclaw Mirrors.
Actually, people have talked about that. Like, if there's going to be guys in the way, and if not, like, basically having it be a 3/3 kills off most of the creatures in the early stages in Modern.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a Something to consider. People trying that out.
No, you.
Oh, me specifically needs to start running it. I think I have one right now. Because yeah.
Well, they're going to go up in price, so you need to go ahead and buy a playset of them.
Get those foils.
Yeah.
You know, be ready. Alright, cranial plating. But
It's a scary looking Memnite.
yeah, there's that Snapcaster just kind of like hanging out saying, I'm going to hold all defenses here because you can't break through. Now, the thing about this Jeskai control list, it is like the Jeskai Flash because it does run spell quellers and things like that.
Spell Queller is a great card.
It's a rude card. Rude. Actually, pretty effective for modern because most of the stuff does cost 4 or less. So.
Except for that Eldrazi Tron deck we played.
Ugh, yeah.
Looks like a Hollow Fountain.
Mm-hmm. Classic Hollow Fountain. What do you think about the forests and swamps that we're seeing from our black-green deck here?
I think they're perfectly fine.
Yeah?
You know, you put a different deck together. No need to invest on
The lands
just yet. Till he's sure of, you know, is this what he wants to be playing in Modern? Here comes the Memnite.
Going to attempt to pump him up. Oh, there's the Spell Queller. Blocks commence. Both will die. And Spell Queller left alive.
Oh boy. It's a pretty good card.
Somebody looks like they're cracking packs or something over there. Some Kaladesh boosters just showed up.
Yeah, the kind of the thank you for coming out was a Kaladesh pack.
Oh, that's nice.
So not only was it free, but you also got a Kaladesh booster.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Now, there is a very real possibility we will miss a point of damage from time to time.
Yes.
We're going to do the best we can to try to keep it as consistent and concise as we can, but there might be some mistakes, so just bear with us, guys. But you watching at home, you'll help catch any mistakes that we might make. Not only is this a match, but it's got a pack opening video as well. Alright, Spell Queller's 2? 2-3?
2/3. Yep.
Alright, 19 to 18 then.
It's actually going to be 17, it looks like.
Oh, actually, is that a 14? Oh, I've been missing all the fetches, that's why. I'm going to say he's at 14. We feel like he's fetched and shocked and done things. See? Already missing out on damage, guys.
Offercuts.
A lot of lands. No threats right now.
2 more coming at you.
Alright. You know, Chris does have that, like, option to be able to activate his colonnade, but really hanging back at this point so he can be able to counter more stuff.
I mean, that's what this deck is trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically just kind of control
Electrolyze.
what he's doing, what his opponent's doing. Same pump spell.
I don't know. I don't know what that one is. Enough to keep it alive, though. But Chris draws a card off that.
Serum Visions. Let's draw a card. Scry 2. Mirren Metal. 1 green. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, or +4/+4 if you have Metalcraft.
Cool. So I'd assume that he's probably running Darksteel Citadels and things like that in his list. I mean, you see he's got all these like free costs with Memnites and Ornithopters and things like that.
Lightning Bolt comes down at the end step to take care of that Ornithopter.
Swinging across for 4.
There's 4 damage. Snapcaster flashes back that bolt. And
And there's the bolt too. Snap bolt, snap bolt. Good way to end game number 1 there. So our Jeskai player here really just, once things settled in, was in a good position, was really dictating how the match was going to be played, based on the amount of removal and counter that was available. And of course our black-green Infinity player was trying to get something to stick at that point in time. It's like, alright, use this pump to try to keep these guys alive. No, doesn't work. Okay, well, I'll put this guy out. Oh, no, that gets Path, that gets Spell Queller, that gets Lightning Bolt. So it's definitely an uphill battle for our black-green player here. And even just the regular Infect list has trouble against something like a Jeskai control or a Grixis control because of the amount of removal. It's got disruption with the counter stuff, so it'd be like, oh, here's a Dispel against your pumps. Also, I've got the Snapcasters, so I can flash these back and cast these spells again. So it's an uphill battle for sure, but something that is manageable. Does have the possibility to have a nice explosive hand. I mean, we saw the cranial plating there, so he could be able to get that going pretty early.
Yeah, I think the cranial didn't seem as good in this particular matchup because of the fact he didn't have the Darksteel Citadel. He didn't have a lot of, I assume, the artifacts that he was looking for. He was drawing a lot of land.
Yeah, that is true. Must have been paying attention to us on Magic Online.
So we're going to shuffle up and get ready for game number 2.
Alright, again, we're going to do our best to try to keep the life totals up to date as best we can. Maybe I'll pay more attention to the fetching this time.
So here we go. Let's take a look at 7 cards. Figure out if we're going to keep. I see a Stony Silence in hand for Chris, it looks like.
Oh, that it would be a great thing to be bringing in this matchup. And that's the nice thing about having white in your deck, is that you do get access to some great sideboard cards.
Two cranial forest. Looks like, and he's gonna keep it.
Oh,
Signal
okay.
Pest. Okay.
Yeah. Starting to see some more artifacts.
Serum Visions.
Going to 17, I'm assuming.
I mean, you have to. From what we saw on the black-green side, life's probably irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't see very many fetches or shocks or anything like that. Just relying mostly on basics. Alright. Done resolving serum. Visions, scrying it out. Now, oh, a Cathedral of War. I like that. You'll see that in a lot of budget infect lists and things like that, or like the mono green list. Basically, it's an exalted land.
Basically.
For those that have not been paying enough attention. Alright, dropping down to 16 off that. I'm assuming that was his oh, I just forgot the name of it now. White enchantment. Activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated. Oh no. How many do we need? 3? 2? 2. Okay. Well, Warren has one. We can train him stuff. Stony Silence, name of it. Got there.
There it is. Hollow Fountain. Gonna go to 14.
No threats out yet for a Jeskai control player, but you have to be careful about that 3 mana because that's when like spell quellers and things like that can be flashed in. Oh no. I hate this card. Is it Static Caster?
Oh boy.
0-3 flash haste tap.
Seems pretty good.
Deal 1 damage to target creature and all other creatures with the same name. Basically just like destroy target infect creature is the subtext on him.
That's what he was designed to do.
He was built to destroy infect creatures.
I actually think it's a she.
Maybe. I don't know. You could be right.
But designed to take out infect creatures.
And he says, yep, I'm going to ping off that snake of yours. And we'll see some... It's like, you use a pump now, okay, but that there's still... You have to basically have 2 more pumps in your hand to keep that alive. Like, it is the most uphill battle now. Like, it's like trying to climb a mountain in flip-flops.
I think there's some people that are okay with climbing mountains in flip-flops.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on your analogies.
How is that? Who wants to climb a mountain in flip-flops?
Here's
Nobody.
Here's
They
the
wear
third
hiking
cranial
boots
plating.
and even tennis shoes. You know what? You'll see people do that in tennis shoes. That's fine. But flip-flops? I've never seen somebody climb a mountain in flip-flops.
Get a little defensive there.
You know what? I'm just going to start climbing mountains in flip-flops.
I'll show him.
I'll show you. Oh, another Path to Exile. Clearing things up. I guess I should leave the analogies to you. Where is that? Today?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hmm. So all those cranial platings sitting over there that would be nice,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot equip them
True.
because they can't be activated. It's like, oh, Logic Knot. Logic Knot's a fun card.
Yeah, it's alright.
One of those like fair delve cards.
Here's a Scalding Tarn. Did you say fair?
Yeah, like when you think of delve cards, there's not very many that you're like, man, that's like a fair delve card. Like Tassiger, that's semi-fair. Grimog Angler, that's semi-fair.
I don't think that Logic Knot's fair.
You think it's like, well, okay. So when you think of Become Amends, Treasure Cruise, things like that, those are not fair delve cards, right?
I guess. Flashback to Serum Visions. Both are going to go on the bottom.
Murderer's Cut. Murderer's Cut seems like another fair one, right? It's like,
It's 1 black, remove your creature.
yeah, but you gotta delve like 5 away to do that.
If you're running it, you're not really worried
Or
about it.
4, maybe it's 4.
It's 4 in a black.
Like it normally
yeah.
costs 5. Yeah, that seems like a fair. Hey, just wait till Fatal Push. You don't have to delve anything away. You just kill creature. And the Lightning Bolt shotguns start. Untap. Draw. Get another serum going. Hey, here's a Memnite, and Chris just like slides some cards out of the way. Oh yeah, I still have this. Is it Sanicaster? Bye, Memnite. Four. Drop into 5. Untap. Swing 6. Apostle's Blessing. Doesn't do anything. And there's the handshake. So, very nice for these players. Now, Black-Green Infinity, I feel like, is trying to combine 2 decks that don't necessarily need to be combined.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like there's 2 different game plans. And one of the benefits of like the Affinity stuff is that it can go that like Swarm style or the Pierce style, where Infect is pretty much all Pierce all the time. So I don't know, you have to sacrifice some aspects of it. And like we saw all those cranials, but we didn't see very much other artifacts. Like every artifact creature that tried to land was killed off. Now, a big part of that was based on the matchup, but I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. You know?
Yeah.
Just little tidbits here for all you guys sitting at home.
I still think that you should play the Ichor Claw Mirror in your deck.
Do you?
Yeah. Why not? You're going to be casting something on 2 anyway.
Yeah.
So...
Maybe having an extra creature could be worth it.
You know. How many Blossoming Defense are you running?
3 right now, I think.
Yeah, shave one of those off. Throw an Ichor Claw Mirror in there.
I already shaved one off.
What?
Yeah, I was at 4 last week, or 2 weeks ago. And then I shaved one off, and now I'm down to 3. But then I'm also running peaks.
Yeah, how do you feel about Peak?
I'm still iffy about it.
Yeah.
I need another week with it, and then I'll decide if I want to keep it or not.
Mm.
Like, it's good. Like, everything that it does is stuff that I want to happen. I want to know what you've got in your hand, and I want to draw a card. But, I mean, is that really what I want to be doing when I could have more pumps or protection?
Or an Ichor Claw Mirror.
Or an Ichor Claw Mirror.
Maybe you get rid of the peaks, and you just run some Ichor Claw Mirrors. I don't know. Let's think about it. We'll go to the second game. This one, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it goes all the way up, and then further down it has the last 2.
Making sure I keep up with your brain.
My brain, nobody can keep up with. Okay.
Nice.